Good day, I am Vanna Moriel L. Quinola, a BACA 2A. The first topic is Section 2 under the CMO 3-2022. Section 2 of CMO 3-2022, it is the administrative responsibilities and requirements for operating a customs bonded warehouses. It emphasizes that CBWs must follow strict guidelines set by the Bureau of Customs to ensure transparency, accountability, and compliance with customs laws. In this section, explains that warehouse operators are required to maintain proper records of their operations, including inventory, reports, financial statement, and accreditation certificates. These documents allows customs authorities to monitor the movement of goods to prevent smuggling and ensure that all bonded materials are used for their intended purposes. This section also highlights the importance of regular inspection and audits conducted by the customs officers. This inspection confirms that goods inside the warehouse match the declared items and that is no illegal or undeclared goods are stored. If operators fail to comply with these administrative requirements, they may face penalties, suspension, or even closure of their warehouse. Through this provision, the Bureau of Customs strengthens its control and supervision over CBWs, ensuring that these facilities continues to support legitimate trade while upholding national security and revenue protection. To be continued, the second topic is Section 10, titled Lodgement, Filing, and Processing of Goods Declaration for the Transfer of Goods to CBWs. So, in this section, transfer of goods to CBWs discusses how importers or warehouse operators must declare and file all necessary documents before transferring goods into a CBW. These documents included the invoices, packing lists, and other customs paper that may help verify the contents of the shipment. The customs office checks and inspects the goods to ensure that everything is properly declared and no illegal items are included. A bond must also be posted to cover potential duties and taxes, guaranteeing accountability. Through this process, customs ensures that all goods entering the warehouse are recorded and monitored. And the third topic is section 11, the withdrawal of bonded goods. This section explains that the proper way to take goods out of a CBWs, bonded goods are not meant for local sale unless customs gives permission and the required duties and taxes are paid. For exporters or manufacturers, withdrawals can also be made for production or export purposes, provided that they follow customs procedures. Every withdrawal must have a complete document such as withdrawal permit to track the movement of goods. If the operator fails to withdraw the goods within the allowed period or uses them improperly, customs can impose fines or threat that goods are abandoned. And the fourth topic is the Section 12, the direct exportation of bonded goods. So in this section, allows the CBW operators to export goods directly from the warehouse without releasing them into the local market. It helps exporters save time and cost while maintaining compliance with the customs rules. The operator must present complete export documents, including an export declaration and certificate of origin. Before sending the goods abroad, customs verifies that the exported goods are the same items originally stored under bond and all waste or leftover materials are properly recorded. In this process, promotes transparency and ensure that the privilege of bonded warehouse are not abused. The last topic is Section 18, the suspension and closure of CBWs under the CMO 3-2022. So, in this section is when and how a customs bonded warehouses may be suspended or closed. Suspension or closure may happen if the operator voluntarily discontinues business, fails to follow customs rules, or becomes involved in smuggling or illegal activities. It may also occur if the warehouse remains inactive for 1 year, fails to renew permits, or loses track of goods under ban. Before closure or customs issues a notice and allows the operator to respond or explain their side. Even after suspension or closure, the operator remains responsible for any unpaid duties, taxes, or penalties related to the goods stored in the warehouse. And that would be all. Thank you for all the section that are provided in the checklist.